Hi there, I'm Johnny Thorpe. Alan Probst is up here in the Adirondacks with me, and we're going to do a little segment here on making your own deer lure.
Welcome, North American Trapper. Today, this show's one that I've wanted to do for a long time, and I got an opportunity to go back to the Adirondacks this year and chase Fisher with Eddie Dakin, who was Johnny Thorpe's old trapping partner, and I kind of wanted to reminisce about Johnny and show some of the things that we did when I filmed all of his videos from about 2005 to 2015. Just had something happen that you're going to see in this show that is unbelievable, that it happened the way it happened, and it wasn't staged. It was almost like the universe was in our favor, and I think you're going to enjoy that. But you're going to see some of the sets that Johnny used that I learned from him over the years, and also some very unique stuff that I think you're going to enjoy. So let's head to the Adirondacks right now. Well, we're going to put in a Fisher set here at this kind of hollowed out log. Beautiful spot here. These Fishers are going to run this rock wall. This rock wall was probably put in here by a homesteader back in the 1800s, early 1900s. Still standing. Those Fishers are going to run down through here. They're going to root in every little hole looking for squirrels or mice or moles, and just do a jaunt up and down here. So any traffic coming across this road over here is going to work down this wall, and anything out here is going to work down this wall as well. I actually had a set here last year, and right here is my cable. All we're going to have to do is connect the trap to the cable. I don't even have to pound a stake, which is nice. Anytime you're out in the woods, not where you're going to have to worry about a farmer plowing a field, you leave those stakes, you come back in, you don't have to pound any stakes in. But this is going to go in here nice, just like it did last year. I'm just going to clean this out, and we're going to bed that right here. Well, that's extremely odd right there. I placed a trap here last year, and I'm pulling a trap out of the ground right now, which is not mine.
Is it Johnny's?
And this might actually be Johnny Thorpe's trap. Okay, that's going to be extremely odd. Wow. If this is the case. That's a number 2 Victor. It's been down in there. I bedded that trap last year on top of this trap because I used my hand and didn't pull that out.
Holy, look at that.
And that is in the ground. I was going to talk about Johnny Thorpe at this set. I filmed him making a set here back in the day, probably in the late 2000s, somewhere around 08 or 09. And we have a trap, and I'll be damned if that's not Johnny Thorpe's trap. Finding one of his traps still set and buried by the tree that he set at least 6-7 years ago. It's just something that you can't even explain. It was one of those things that it's almost you can't even believe it, even though you're there and it's happening. This is his trap tag. That's how he puts the trap tags on. I can't even fathom this. He must have forgot that at some point. Now, he did die after setting traps the one day. He might have brought that in here and set that trap. Yeah. Number 2 Victor, I don't even know what to say. I'm here with Eddie Dakin, who is Johnny Thorpe's old trapping partner, and I said, well, I want to go back and set that rock wall. I want to set that rock wall. And I don't get flustered very often. I'm a little flustered. I don't even know what to say. To have me go in there and dig that up and be like, oh, that's a trap, with my stake from last year right here, and to pull that out, you can see the moss is actually grown right into the trap. That's pretty incredible. In the ground with his trap tag on it. That is unbelievable. I can't believe this this actually just happened.
Handling nest raiders is our specialty, and you can become the steward of your own land with our North American Trapper Scent Package, which includes our Coon Buster DP bait and magnet trailing scent. Our sweet-scented trailer will draw them in, where our Coon Buster will then take over, and its soaked crawfish essence will entice those nest raiders to work the trap consistently. Look no further than our North American Trapper Combo Scent Package for all your predation control needs. North American Trapper. Proven products equals proven conservation.
Welcome back to Duke Trap's presentation of North American Trapper with Alan Probst.
That trap's been here at least 5-6 years, probably longer. Number 2 Victor, and that's exactly how he hung his trap tags from it right there.
You know, I actually spent about 6 months of my life over a 10-year period in Johnny Thorpe's lure shed.
There's probably about 4 ounces of that deer musk in this deer. This was a pretty good sized deer.
Now, that's where I got my education, with Johnny out in his lure shed in that, time period that I was up there filming all of his trapping DVDs. And, being able to film the making your own deer lure was one of the higher points of my outdoor career for sure.
This trap is going to go right here. Guard that hole. It doesn't matter what you're trapping. You want to make sure that that trap is solid, and when that animal's coming in through there, you want that to be solid. Now it is spongy here because of the moss in the actual ground, but that's pretty good right there. And then I'm just going to take some of this loam or whatever that's here, and we're able to cover that trap just like that. And that makes it look natural again. And we got that in there. We got our mountain man in there. And we're just going to take some of our Madness lure, which is the skunk base lure that we have, and take a stick, get that on there. You don't need a tremendous amount, but a little bit. Get that up in there, and that's all you need.
All right, this was one of the beaver ponds where Johnny and I used to trap beaver under the ice. And he used to snowshoe out there, and I'd shovel the snow away, and we'd chop the holes through the ice, and he'd make his hanging bait set that works really well. I still use it today. And he's taken quite a few beaver here over the years, and otters, and I always looked forward to this time of the year, the winter, when we had frozen ponds and snow, to trap beaver under the ice. Johnny had a whole list of places where we would hit every year, and we always wanted to try to get there before the competition, when we had competition, would go for the beaver. It was a good time. I really miss those days. Well, it looks like we got ourselves a nice female fisher here, caught in a dirt hole set. I set these sets for coyote and fisher because I know I'm going to catch either one, a coyote or a fisher. And we got lucky and we got a fisher in this one. We'll take care of this fisher and then we'll remake the set.
The Trapper of the Week is Kelly Wallen from Wisconsin with her first ever coyote taken in a simple dirt hole set. What a great way to get started, Kelly. And get your chance to be Trapper of the Week by visiting us at NorthAmericanTrapper.com.
North American Trapper Predation Packages. Get any one of our specific trapping packages that has been ultimately designed to help you become the master predation controller of your farm, ranch, or hunting lease. Control the predators that are costing you time and money, and get out there trapping today with one of our North American Trapper Predation boxes. All of the packages come with the trapping essentials to get you out in the field, plus an instructional DVD that will show you the way. Visit us at NorthAmericanTrapper.com and start breaking dirt today.
Welcome back to Duke Trap's presentation of North American Trapper with Alan Probst.
Well, this little room right here is where a lot of the magic happened over a 10-year period. This is Johnny's fur shed. The gentleman that owns the building actually was gracious enough to let me come in and see it again, and it just brings back a whole flood of memories. His table was right here. You can still see it. He had his lure shelf and his essences, his oils, everything over here. We even have a Hunter Trader Trapper cover that he had, that he put up with one of his friends with a coyote. He's got Indian Works paper on the wall here, but he used to do the skinning right here in the middle of the shed. He had all of his fur on the wall back here. He had his table here. This is where his lure rack, as I said, was. And we filmed the deer lure video here. We filmed amazing amount of segments in here and spent a lot of time over the 10 years in this fur shed. And this is Johnny Thorpe's old fur shed, and it really is nice to be able to walk in here again and get some of those memories flooding back. But it's just you know, that's one of the things I can say. Trapping is obviously a tradition and things like that. But for everybody out there that's spending time in the woods, spending time with your parents, spending time with your kids, you know, take those memories and hold them tight, because like walking in here is pretty amazing, to where it's 10 years of memories just basically flooding back. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool, and I thought that you would like to see that.
I wanted to take a minute here off the trap line with Alan and show him one of the rare places in the Adirondacks where we actually have gold. This is a place where Johnny and I used to come and get gold. We would gather it up and pan some of it, but it's so fine it's very difficult to get. But it was fun to come back here anyway. This was once a working gold mine, but after it petered out in the late 1800s, they just abandoned the site. Johnny researched it and he found it, and I was lucky enough that he brought me here with him. He trusted me with that information, and I thought I would show it to Alan. We're going to try to harvest some of this gold sand right now. This is how Johnny and I would do it. We'd scoop it out and put it in our bucket. Now there's always a lot of leaves and stuff like that in there, but after we put that in there, when we get it home, we'll pull that stuff out and rinse it a couple of times. Oh, there's some good flakes right there. That's good stuff right there. Well, that's a piece of iron. That's really iron. No, stone. There's several other gold mines in the Adirondacks, and there's a book called Adirondack Gold. You can see the sparkles there, in that one especially. I think that's going to be enough to play around with. I know Johnny loved this spot a lot, and he used to catch a fisher here too. So later in the season, I'll try to catch a fisher here as well. I brought my friend here from French Guiana. He told me exactly how to get it. You know, you get down to the bedrock, pump that water out of there.
Welcome back to Duke Trap's presentation of North American Trapper with Alan Probst.
Johnny Thorpe was a celebrated figure among many trappers and die-hard outdoorsmen, and he passed away at his home in Stony Creek, New York on October 27, 2015. His death coincided with the 6th supermoon of that year, with the 5th being the ultra-rare blood moon. He was a legendary trapper, a seasoned treasure hunter, and a master wood carver, and that is just some of the titles that Johnny Thorpe earned in his long and illustrious life. He was also an accomplished writer with hundreds of outdoor articles to his credit, written over a course of a half a century. He published his memoir, 50 Years a Trapper and Treasure Hunter, in 1995, and it still remains in print today, a testament to Thorpe's storytelling talent. Thorpe's status as an elder statesman of trapping was established a long time ago. He was inducted into the National Trappers Hall of Fame in 1995, and he was known as an articulate advocate of the outdoor lifestyle. He wielded a keen pen, and he was sought after as a writer up until his last published articles for Trapper's World, just a few months before his death. He was also an accomplished and prolific woodcarver, as he produced thousands of totem poles, wooden figurines, and artwork in his time in the Adirondacks. We definitely miss Johnny.
Here's one of Johnny's spring hole locations. You can always tell where he had a spring hole because he would hang one of these cans with smelt in them and let the smelt act as a call station for himself. And I know for a fact he's caught fisher here, coyote, a lot of gray foxes he's caught in locations like this. You find these all over the Adirondacks. A lot of people have told me they found can hanging in a tree with wire around it. And I said, that's a Johnny Thorpe call station. He used to do the same thing for dirt holes. He'd hang some smelt in a can somewhere near where he was making a dirt hole set, and he was pretty successful with it. And every time I come up on one of these places, it makes me think of Johnny's methods to catch critters. I used to use the spring hole set a lot, and I think it's a good set if you're in an area where there's a lot of trappers that are making dirt holes and similar sets. The spring hole set is a good change up, especially the way he made it. And I still make them, and they're a good set.
Being with Johnny all those years, filming those DVDs for him in the Adirondacks was really special to me, and having the opportunity to be out there with Eddie Dakin, his old trapping partner, and reminiscing and finding one of his traps still set and buried by the tree that he set at least 6-7 years ago. It's just something that you can't even explain. It was one of those things that it's almost you can't even believe it, even though you're there and it's happening. That's a Fisher set. It's obviously one that Johnny set many times. I filmed him here back, like I said, in the late 2000s, and to come in here today and find his old trap with his tag on it is absolutely unbelievable. I'm dumbfounded. I don't even know what to say. That we're up here doing this kind of reminiscing about him and out with Eddie Dakin, his trapping partner, and to find his trap where we're making this set. You literally can't write a script like that. Pretty awesome. I mean, that right there is well worth the price of admission for the whole week up here, whether I catch anything or not. That's just so awesome. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I can't believe it. I hope you enjoyed this show, and if you get an opportunity, all of Johnny's videos you can get through Schmidt Enterprises, and he's got 13 or 14 of them that we did, and I think you will enjoy any one of them if you do plan on getting one. If you need any products from us, you can go to NorthAmericanTrapper.com. We've got pretty much everything you need to get you started on your own trap line in the field. Proven products equals proven conservation.